Hello and welcome to Random Roleplay. I'm Deven, the TRG Network, and we're back with some more Hellwalk Fiend Off and originals who just need their sleep. Well, save for the dead one. That's a weird situation. I don't really have a witty way to say this is a really good campaign this week, but this is a really good campaign, and this is one of the episodes I use to justify that statement the most. As a DM, there's nothing you should want more than your players coming together efficiently to tackle an obstacle. So, to take a hard left turn, time for that hint. As she pleased. Now be careful, this one can seem pretty cut and dry once you think you figured it out, but it's another one that has two payoffs, so keep it in your noggin even then. Now that we got all that covered, you just want to make sure you drop them likes, and make sure you're subbed, because we got plenty coming down the pipeline for y'all. Don't want you to miss any of it. So, without further ado, on to the show. And so, we return to Avernus, joining our party of Cassius the Tiefling, Arudim the Half-Orc, Naleek the Half-Elf, and Crantor the Gallataur. Gathering the attention of both sides of the battlefield, the party found themselves cleaning house as the fiends moved to eliminate each other instead of the party. Arudim was quickly caught up in the thrills of combat, whereas Cassius was incensed by it. Alternatively, Crantor stood in defiance of it, instead letting the combat come to him, with moderate success overall. Arudim made a point to take out one of the devils in charge, but Cassius unintentionally saves this very devil from the demon that they were engaged with, earning the devil's gratitude. The party doesn't have much time to catch on to this, however, as a massive horde of varying demons swarm in from the direction of the sticks. A split-second decision is made by Naleek to use Anti-Life Shell and safely store the party during the stampede of these demons. However, this is not without its consequences. The group comes to the realization that Castor was eviscerated by the passing demon horde, and some slight dissension comes of it. Now, the party must find their way to Fort Knucklebone without a guide or a map.
Fuck! Out of character. My bad. My bad.
But yes, as we left off, you guys were heading in the direction, essentially, that the demon horde came from. You were traveling from the city of Darkspine, the abandoned ancient city of Darkspine, after learning that who you're seeking out possibly resides in Fort Knucklebone, which Cost discerned at the time was somewhat down the way and across the sticks, which caused you guys to go through a blood war battlefield. And you know that you still had some ways to go before you were going to come up on a bridge on the sticks, but you're not sure exactly how far that is because as pretty much all of Cost's belongings were destroyed in the rampage.
I have a question about that.
Go ahead.
Would my wander...
Yes. In fact, okay, so then, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get a little
I'll
experiment.
drop that in the chat.
That will help. 1 second, I'm going to bring the party over to this, because I'm going to essentially freehand you the idea that you have from when you saw the map.
Perfect. That was my next question, if I could just make a copy of it.
A rough layout. So you know that the sticks swerved out, eventually was going to be coming out this way, whereas you guys are essentially traveling a straight line, knowing that if you were to turn to your right and start walking, you could eventually come to the Styx River. But the point was to come to a generally unused bridge. Granted, that seemed counterproductive going through all the battlefield to go through the peaceful bridge, but it's better than trying to cross the memory-erasing Styx River. So, an alternative plan you guys could have taken was going around the battlefield, but that could have also taken a lot more time, and you guys likely don't want to stay on this plane, as anybody who's sane doesn't. More or less, we say the battlefield was about that area, and you guys are a few hours out from it. And I'm gonna move us back over to the proper page. You guys are about several hours out from the battlefield as those pools of black demonic ichor start to become fewer and far between. Scouting, for stray demons and devils. Luckily, there's been no issues, but you guys have seen movement in the horizon. Aside from, the fireball shooting across the sky.
Don't worry about the fireballs, that's just grandmother saying hi.
So yes, and Ollie, probably would have been a long silence. Mostly was caused by him last session. He'll eventually break. How much longer do you all want to go before you want to stop?
Well, to be perfectly honest, I think it might be a better idea so we can work out our game plan as far as figuring out what to do.
Crantor will grunt in agreement.
Arudim nods in approval.
And I suppose we should probably try and find a cozier spot. Because as you guys have been going on, the desertous plains have started to fall behind you, and you've been entering a more molten wasteland area, not unlike the one you were in before the desert. Started to get a lot of samey vibes from this plane. Actually, at this point, you guys could probably see the sticks once again to your distant right, but it's much larger than the previous point you had seen, despite your distance from it. And yeah, patches of magma are still poking out of the ground as you start to feel the fatigue of the day. Quote-unquote day.
Cassius is going to kind of speak up once we've kind of found a place to settle in. I'm sure you all are wondering why I spared that devil. To be perfectly
I'm rather
honest,
curious about it, yes.
I got a question for all of you.
Mm-hmm.
Has there been a single devil since we've arrived here that has actually taken hostile action against us? Sure, some have tried to trick us, but no more than any sly merchant or mischievous child would in any city on Rieba.
Fair
Has
enough.
there-
Are you suggesting we hold our line of action?
Well, they've certainly grown to respect our strength, at least every devil we've come across. And that one I spared seemed to be a bit high-ranking, as he was also the one barking out orders during the fight. I think we might be in a better situation than we initially thought.
Meaning?
Perhaps we could seek out somebody to guide us.
Was that not what we were doing in the first place?
You know, I'm thinking more of a native that might be able to know the lay of the land a bit better than Cost would. I mean, what happened to him was very regrettable, and he's gonna pipe up, believe me, Naleek, I've been thinking about your words. There will be time for farewells later. For right now, a child needs us.
Most definitely. That's why I am not opposed to pushing on a little deeper, despite my fatigue. But at the same time, I know how much rest can benefit the majority of us. He says that as looking over to you, Arudim. No,
He simply looks back and just gives, like, a smile of just like, you jelly?
I wouldn't mind being able to have a more efficient manner of sleeping. I wish I was a full elf. I'll say it. I mean, I don't know deep elf lore. I'm not sure if that's like an uncommon thing for half elves to desire to be full elves, but yeah, that's kind of his thing he just put out there. Ironically enough, you guys are all in like an area of significant cover, like albeit mostly from wasteland debris, such as high rocks, occasional trashed meteors, or just rises in the ground. So you guys are really looking for an ideal spot to rest on. Like if there's a section of the ground big enough to be away from the lava because there's so many cracks throughout the ground, you really don't want like any of your stuff getting caught up in that while you're sleeping. I imagine most of y'all aren't too concerned about lava, be it your fire resistances and immunities, but shit can still go wrong just near stray heat like that.
For Cassius, it's more of a, I really don't want to drown.
I don't want to drown. Oh, they're immune to heat. Well, just throw them in there. Just drown them.
Cassius tried to swim in lava. He drowned.
It just doesn't work. So you guys continue on not too long before you see there's kind of a nice section of boulders, rounded boulders. It's about as good as it's getting at this point with how tired I imagine some of you are. I will say if you want to continue on from here, it would take Constitution saves. Like you guys are feeling that level of fatigue to give you an idea of it.
I'd be fine right about here.
I have no preference.
Crantor grunts approvingly.
Good, then we're sleeping here. And Naleek will start to kind of package us. Alright, so what's the watch gonna be? I feel bad I didn't take one last night, so I'm doing it this time.
I'll take deep, Cassius looks up at the sky. I'll take deepest part of whatever night could be considered down here.
You do recall that I can just be unconscious about 4 hours and be good?
Yeah, no, you're definitely going to be half the watch, but that's why all four of us won't have to watch. That's why somebody gets a full night's sleep. It's a matter of who.
Crantor, you've been working awfully hard. You two. How about the two of you get a full night's sleep, and we can take care of this?
No,
I didn't volunteer for a double watch. What are you talking about? Naleek.
Cassius just kind of walks up to Naleek. No worries, I'll take another watch. It's fine. A few hours, I'll be alright.
All right, I think I can keep an eye on. You guys smelling that? Oh, that's
Perception check. The fuck.
Yeah.
Right.
Go ahead, everyone. Perception check.
My passive perception is 21.
Fucking
God,
Jesus.
man.
You know what? Yeah. What's everyone's passive perceptions?
I just looked at the number and went.
Not 21?
Yeah.
It's a 13?
Hey.
12.
Oh, okay. Crantor, you're fine.
15, 12, 21.
It's just. It's just.
Cassius.
I love that meme so much. Fuck you. Okay. All right.
Good old classic from 2015, motherfucker.
Oh man, dang it, threw me all off my juju. Okay, yeah. So, Crantor, you're just chilling. You're like, what smell? But Arudim, Castor, this is the smell.
This
of
whole
death.
place smells.
Yeah, this whole place smells like ash, soot, fire. Fuck it, whatever. If something else smells bad, who cares? You know. And you guys catching on the smell of death. It's definitely the smell of dead people.
Ew.
Cassius just kind of smells himself.
Oh no, he
very
changed the
rudely.
map.
Hey, you guys were like on 3 different maps that didn't have any combat on them. Don't give me none of that.
Yo, hold up. 2 questions immediately. Is this lava or is that gold?
What?
I would imagine that's lava.
Yeah.
This?
Yeah.
This is pretty. Sorry, my inner kobold came out.
But yes, you guys notice, kind of like as some dust is clearing, what looks like similar
They're all
as
fucking dead.
campsite-like setting.
Uh-oh. Oh.
I understand this is relatively close to
Oh.
you. How you guys didn't notice this before is simply because it's a little dusty in the area. Smoky from the magma. That's the best I got for an excuse. Deal with it. I'm just taking
We
my
just got out of a battle. We're covered in God knows what. We've been walking for however long. And we just lost our guide and you're dealing with that grief. I think we've got a legitimate reason not to notice something.
Maybe a bit. Arudim just goes, normally I don't smell something that bad and like death until my birthday.
Is that me?
I sure hope not, because I don't think there are baths here.
I mean, I did run face first into that Balgura.
You did do that, actually.
So guys,
Prestidigitation, anyone?
I think
Cassius
these are.
will snap his fingers and clean himself.
Well, there we go.
So I think.
Tell you what, I'll go scope it out. He just pats both of you, and I'm going to
Actually-
roll a stealth check.
Okay, yeah, no,
Before
Naleek
you
was
do-
like,
That creature over there, can I see it was a flying creature from here? Or no?
No, I'll have to say you have to investigate it. It's
That's fine.
it's remnants
I'm
of a
very glad I
carcass.
will be stealthing.
You can tell from here that these are not full corpses. Like, they were massacred. In fact, this scene looks eerily familiar.
Ooh.
You know, it's like,
Okay.
you sure you don't want me to approach
Yeah.
with you?
Nah, I think I've got it. It's better for you all to be safe.
Alright.
Besides, if I need backup, you all can come charging in like a cavalry of handsome knights.
Alright, you go there. I'm gonna go.
He turns around, turns back around, and gone.
Naleek's just already right here, Crantor.
Keep up with the gag here. And for stealth, because of reliable talent, that was a 4 on the dice, but now it's a 10!
So now it's a fucking 25!
It's a 23, I'll have you know.
Oh, not 25 yet, still. 23 is
23 stealth from Arudim to,
passive 23.
see.
Dying. I like how you added that to his title. I didn't even notice that.
Crantor, Avenger of the Mythos, and I felt
Here's-
very, very talented.
That's his tribe's thing. They all have titles instead of last names.
I didn't know.
That's fine.
You never
felt
asked.
insecure.
He was literally introduced as Crantor, Avenger of the Mythos.
I know, but it's different seeing it in the Roll20 chat.
I feel you. No worries. Let it be. It's cool.
I
He's now the
felt
Undying.
inferior.
I just had this thought. A sort of anime splash screen. Every episode. between every commercial break, Arudim just sitting there thinking, Arudim the ever-living, no. Arudim the Necros,
the
no.
immortal. Well, then again, I will change the name and form eventually.
Is that being his ongoing thing of just seeing
Just
Crantor with
between
his name?
every episode, it's like the Full Metal Alchemist. It's like that, but with Arudim.
Meanwhile,
The
Crantor
Spookums.
completely forgot he had a title.
He's like, yeah, Crantor the Avenger of the Myth. Oh, that's right. That is a thing. He says it. So yes, we get you guys.
Oh god, I have one of those. Oh god, I have two of those.
Arudim, pick your spot where you're going, and wherever you go, the creatures closest to you are the ones you'll be able to investigate. Boop. Okay. Wow. What are you stealthing behind? The corpses?
I mean, if it's big enough, A, and B, you did say there was still some dust around.
Yeah, no, you got a point. It's kind of you're just blended in the shadows. Okay, I fucks with that. Good point. That was the excuse I used. I must now live with it. So
if not, he'll kick up more dirt like a fucking dog.
What you don't need to check to discern is that this creature right here is bisected. Their legs are completely missing. They're a hobgoblin. You can definitely tell by their face, their reddish skin, and armor.
Oh,
they're
god,
a hobgoblin.
fucks.
This one over here is missing an arm and a leg, but is otherwise fully intact, staring blankly like they don't know what happened before they died.
Oh no!
This one over here, you only see that it's missing one leg because the top half of it is submerged in the lava.
Oh!
Anakin Skywalkered that one.
And
reverse Anakin Skywalkered that one.
And go ahead and roll an investigation check on the big, weird, fleshy, beetle-looking thing that's on a roast stick.
Investigation. 14.
Okay. You can tell that this creature was definitely some sort of large flying insect of some sort, which is very strange considering the environment.
But at the same time, ew.
Yes, especially seeing its size, as even though its shell has been removed, and you see over to the side are actually like pieces of what looks like armor for a moment, but you can tell was
it's
the
an
shell.
Exoskeleton.
Yes, of this, and the wings are in bits over by where the fire was, but you can tell there are remnants of the wings. And otherwise, yeah, it's essentially been almost skinned to its larval state.
Cool looking creature. I like the look of it. It's pretty badass.
Yes, you will notice the shells do have some slight purple shine to them, off of the light.
Ooh.
Like they're almost vaguely metallic, but naturally.
He's gonna pick some of those up just for curiosity's sake.
Alrighty.
And he's gonna kind of walk over towards. First of all, he's gonna look in the air. Is anything like buzzing above?
No, there isn't. You see the fireball zoom in, but you were able to kind of like zone those out for a second to like, yeah, I know those are there, but is there anything else though? And no, there isn't.
Besides going, is there a...
Yes, no, none of that, but you do notice that this right over here is probably one of those fireballs in the sky. Or
shit.
post-end, yeah.
Cool.
I had fun.
I'll investigate that in a minute. I'm gonna loot the bodies, see if there's anything useful that they had on the that isn't destroyed.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
If there's not, then it's gonna be like, ugh.
Yeah, no, you can. Well, this one would actually not be very lootable. Oops, I'm wrong.
Yeah, he's
in half. Yeah.
Yeah.
This might be the one you want to try and invest in.
Yeah, because he's only missing an arm and a leg. I mean, he probably got something pretty good, like his brother's soul, for that.
So,
he's gonna step over here and he's gonna be like, you poor bastard.
Yes, so you loot the
Hopefully the toll into the next realm isn't another arm and a leg.
It's so much more than that.
And so you loot the...
Oh shit! Wow!
So, Arudim, you look into their belongings. You see that he has certain things like, what was with them? Caltrops, has a couple of what look like bear traps, but are likely the infernal...
Ooh, those are fun.
Yes.
How many does he have of those?
Yes, he has 2 of those. They look like they're good for catching medium-sized or smaller creatures. Yeah, small to large creatures specifically.
Okay, so there's 2 infernal traps, and then you said, how many quote-unquote uses of caltrops could I get from him?
4. There are 4 bags of caltrops.
I like caltrops.
Caltrops are very neat. I like them.
Cool.
He has.
4
And
uses of
lastly,
caltrop.
oh, this will be your
Ooh.
favorite. Because the manacles.
No.
What kind of manacles, Advy?
They are.
Oh no, I know what these are.
Oh, they. Oh, here. Let me. I'm gonna go put it on your character sheet. Oh my gosh, she's so happy. I love it. Alright.
I never get things, Advy. I have to make and find my own shit normally.
There we go, manacles. And it is in your sheet now. It is also in your inventory. Oh yeah, dude, those things are really fucking good. I made the mistake of giving those to a lower level party once. Oh man. And did they not use it for what I thought they would at all?
Oh no.
Out of character, I'm low-key afraid of some revenge here.
Revenge?
Oh, you know.
He said, so hey, this
Revenge?
flask. Have you met my friend Manacles?
Haha!
Doesn't put Cassius in the manacles, puts the flask in the manacles. Can't get me now, motherfucker.
The flask. Ah!
Obviously, they are in... I should clarify that these things are infernal themed. They seem to be of, like, red. The metal bits seem to be of a more reddish metal, and the rope seems to be weaving from, like, a burgundy-like color.
Ooh, what a maroon!
And, of course, you find, and on their chest is a badge. What languages do you read? You know Giant, right?
I read Orc, Giant, Goblin, Common.
Goblin, fucking perfect.
And
Yeah.
temporarily infernal, don't forget.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's true. I know Infernal temporarily.
Yes, so as you investigate this
put that in.
corpse and see that this corpse has items, and is in this...
I already used it, asshat!
I'm just saying, you're waking up tomorrow.
Why do you think immediately I went towards the corpses?
Okay, I just want to make sure
I
things
wish
are...
to amaze the value!
Alright, so yes, you can read in Goblin.
Ooh.
This is
Woo!
the captain. It is simply just titled Captain on their armor.
I'ma yank that.
No, it's not a badge. It's engraved on the armor, on the breastplate.
Alright, interesting. And none of the others have that mark on their armor from what I can see, obviously.
No, this one, there is no engraving on his armor.
Okay, so this was definitely like a war band of hobgoblins. The question is, what were they doing in Avernus?
You're getting some sort of, you're getting some sort of mercenary vibes kind of thing.
Definitely.
You hear Naleek
Arudim
yell
thinking,
out,
"I
Arudim,
hope
you
we
dead?
are-" Nope, but these guys are.
Oh. Yeah, we kind of figured. They smell like
They're
it.
all very, very dead.
The dead
Give me a minute.
The
He's
dead
gonna
take it.
hop over this way and he's gonna investigate the fireball.
I don't like how long he's been out there. It's essentially a massive boulder of coal. Is what it kind of feels
Okay.
like.
I'm curious. I'm gonna use my crowbar and try to jimmy off some of this rock because I want to see if it's actually just made of coal or if it's made of something interesting.
All right, while you're doing...
Cassius hops up on a rock. I'm gonna at least try to take a look and see what he's doing. Can I see him from here? Like, can I see him clearly?
Somewhat. Just as you're doing that, Naleek's walking over here. All right, well, if he's going to keep playing around over there, I'm just going to go to sleep. He can have the first watch. Good night. And Naleek kind of just strolls back on over. Well, not too close to me.
It's all right. I'll keep an eye on him. I'll let you know if something comes up.
All right.
Cassius is just going to call out to Arudim. You all right over there?
Yep. Investigating a giant meteor fireball.
Crantor rolls his eyes.
Should only take a minute.
Yeah, Crantor, from your perspective, you actually can't see this with these, like, boulders and stuff. You're kind of like... I assume you would be leaning on if you were laying down. That's kind of like... They're, like, the most rounded out and stuff. They would probably be the most comfy, hard surfaces to lean on in the area.
No, he can still hear it, though, right?
Oh, yeah, he's hearing this clearly. Yeah, I just wanted...
Yeah. So he's just, like, leaning up against the boulder to his back and just arms crossed, just like one eye open, just looking at the shenanigans and then just rolling his eye.
Do I get anything from this out of curiosity?
You continue to chip into it, and it starts just crumbling as you're chipping into it, and yeah, just kind of coming apart as coal, and it's kind of crumbling as you go. This is definitely...
Satisfying.
Yes. So
He starts walking back.
If you do touch it at any point with your bearskin, though, you do realize that it's still got some warmth to it. But other than that, it just seems to be black and red coal.
Interesting. He is going to move back to the camp, and he says, I found some goodies and some dead people.
Wait. I don't know which one of those two is more surprising.
What's up with the dead people? Like, Naleek kind of like half asleep. He's
A
like,
captain in a platoon, it seemed, of mercenary hobgoblins. Completely eviscerated and destroyed, similar to our dearly departed guide.
hobgoblins, eh?
Along with a rather large insectoid creature. Here are some of its exoskeleton plates. And he just shows them some of it.
Is that similar to the one that I blasted earlier today?
No, it is not. Crantor, do you see these or no? The rock, like, kind of in between you and Arudim is not too tall. It's kind of more so like...
Arudim is also standing on this rock.
Yeah, once Arudim came back, he would have gotten up to see what he brought with him. Once he said he got stuff.
Gotcha.
Can I make a check to try to determine what these things are? Or should be attached to, essentially?
No check needed. You recognize it almost immediately from the insectoid creatures you saw the previous rest that was looming over you, the one that you stared down and scared off.
The ones that were heading deeper down the river.
The ones that actually were going the opposite direction, yes. So, Crantor, you're almost certain this is not the same exact creature, or not of the same batch, but the same kind.
Same species, yeah.
Yeah, same species.
Crantor will just say, this looks like the creatures I saw in my last watch. Just letting them know. Because he already told them about the mark.
The giant buzzing insects you mentioned.
Them, yes.
Oh, wait.
Well, judging by this, it seemed like... Actually, real quick question, because I'm so familiar with dead things, would I recognize if the bug died earlier than the hobgoblins?
Oh, yes, the bug was very clearly being made into food by the hobgoblins.
Okay. So these hobgoblins killed this creature and turned it into a meal before being absolutely eviscerated.
I think I know why these hobgoblins are here. They're not the most uncommon petitioners in the Nine Hells. You see, we're out in the wastelands and stuff, but the more civilized areas of Avernus, I think, have, petitioners to the plane. People who aren't residents of it, who instead just feel more comfortable in this environment, Hobgoblins, being very war-hungry creatures. It kind of makes sense. I wouldn't even be surprised if hobgoblins outside of Rieba come here. But that's me getting a little off on a tangent. I just know that they do consist of some of the petitioners to this plane.
I see.
Cassius just kind of chimes in. Well, that's one question answered. I was more surprised to find mortals down here. What with the reaction we've gotten so far.
It's actually a little surprising, yeah. As far as we've gone, we've only seen fiends, so it is a little out of place, but it's almost normal. Yeah, that feels weird to say, but yeah. There's not many hobgoblins from where I'm from.
I've fought a few before. Let's see. They're unusually intelligent and warmongering, yes. But to think that they would be so desperate to crave such a thing, come here. But it does seem like they got what they wanted.
Sure, they lived as they died.
How they lived.
He literally just kind of said the same thing, but in a different phrasing. So he just kind of laughed and pointed at you. He was like, "Oh."
Cassius just kind of turns his head back in the leak and just kind of gives him an approving nod.
We'll work on it.
The good news is I found some goodies.
Oh.
That was the other question.
I managed to find some caltrops. Those could be useful. And, check it. He holds up 2 infernal traps. These bad boys look nasty.
Oh my gosh, that could be used perfectly to catch a smaller or lesser devil. Something like not an imp, but maybe one of those spine devils. Oh yeah, that'd be perfect, because they're scouts. You know what, I'm starting to lean towards that idea you guys were proposing earlier about getting a devil to be our guide.
Hold on there. I don't know if I'm all right with using that. We can use that as a last resort, but
No, man. You're right. I guess, I suppose the way I made that sound is a little brutal in the sense we'd be forcing them along the way. But granted, they are devils, and just because we haven't been handled with hostility yet doesn't mean we won't be. Our devils. They're sly creatures.
Yeah, but
And also greedy.
Cassius just kind of laughs. He goes, "When you're running the circles I'm used to, mate, this is perfectly normal. I've met my fair share of humans, dwarves, elves, all manner of mortals on Rieba that are just like this. Trust me, I'm not too worried."
Sound like you're pretty wide-traveled before you came to this plane. I never really had a chance to get out of Mindafar.
I've been all over the Western continent, seeking information, running through criminal circles, trying to, specifically hunting kidnappers.
Ooh, got a grudge?
You see Cassius's face just ice over at that. And he just looks at Arudim. Yeah, you could say that. My sister went missing one day. Been looking for her ever since.
You know, tell you what. If you help me out with a little something when we get back and we're not dead, I could get you in touch with some unsavory individuals, give you some tips on where they might be hiding. I have a lot of connections, especially in the large web of underground black markets.
Pending what the Archmage promises me. Remember, I forewent my monetary payment for information.
Yes, I do.
Pending what he tells me, I may take you up on that.
I'm not trying to be the ball buster here, but wasn't he a war mage? Just saying, like, how good at getting information. You know what, never mind. He said he researched the Blood War a lot. I could just be talking. Sorry, I'm a bit of a glass half empty kind of guy. And he looks down kind of bummed at that realization.
Don't worry, friend. If there's one thing I've learned in my many, many lives, is that karma acts in very interesting ways.
You know what? You're absolutely right. I didn't think I'd have such a comrade in Crantor when I got dragged to Carcery with him. And lo and behold, he was the reason I was able to get out of that plane safely despite being on there for over a week. And then in the months through Celestia would have been likely impossible. I probably wouldn't have come back, honestly.
Crantor grunts approvingly.
I love that is just like 90% of his dialogue is just grunts, insert emotion adjective. Naleek's like, alright, so Arudim, do you want to take the first watch, or do you still want me to?
Oh, I can do anything you need me to do, friend.
Well, I don't know how tired you are personally, and I'm the one who kind of pushed for us to stop and rest so soon.
By all means, my friend, rest.
Yeah.
That's not what I was getting. Okay, you know what? I'll just take it. Thank you.
Yeah, Crantor just puts his hand on Leaf's shoulder and just...
You've done enough. You have certainly helped us
I
greatly.
got next watch though. Okay, you wake me up next, and then I got Cassius. Crantor, you're snoozing.
No, Crantor just looks at all of them and he's just like, no. He just like shakes his head behind Naleek, just letting Naleek sleep.
Arudim
That's-
gives a very gracious bow. Very grandiose.
Yeah,
Of course, sir.
Crantor, if you didn't, Cassius was going to. He was just going to whisper to Arudim, nah, let him sleep. I got next watch.
Immediately, like, Arudim looks to Naleek, completely keeps eye contact, and if I may, I would love to roll deception for this because it's funny.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Let's do this. Let me pull up his stats so I can get his.
Ooh, that's actually not bad.
Oh,
I didn't
wow, he's
spec
good
into
at
deception
insight.
because he's more of a melee man.
What you got? For me?
But that would be an unnatural 20 from Arudim.
You match. What is your modifier? What is your modifier?
Naleek's insight's high.
My insight, or my deception is not high at all.
Oh.
It's a +2 because my charisma is only a +2.
Got a +9. I'm afraid he's like and here's the thing.
Actually, wait, hold on. I've got a thing for this.
Do you? Ooh.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
For the sake of this being like my last roll before we rest, can I kind of break a small rule? Can I use my racial trait, Hunter's Intuition, to add a D4 to my roll?
I see what you're saying.
Just because I want to do him a service and let him sleep.
Yeah, let's do this. No, I totally feel you.
My D4 rope. Hey, that's a 4, baby!
I mean, hey, anything would have been perfect, but still, that's awesome. Yeah, he's 24. He looks at you for a sly second. He's like, okay, I'll catch you in a few hours then. And he goes right and he just slams
he pulls
down.
an anime the second he's asleep. He pulls a light Yagami and goes, just all according to cake.
Alrighty, so I take it everyone gets ready to go to sleep as Arudim takes post?
Yes.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Alrighty, Arudim, go ahead.
What should I roll for? My watch?
It will be a perception check. Is this where you're going to be perceiving from?
You know what? Yeah.
Cassius, I take
It's
it you're
gonna
just kind
be-
of tucked in there in the rocks, kind of snoozing.
Yeah, he's gonna be kind of leaned back. He's got his pack sitting between his legs.
Alrighty. And Crantor, I take it you're just like you're leaned over, like kind of sideways, leaning on the rocks.
Back up against the boulder. Here, close to Naleek. Just
Oh, that's cute.
arms crossed. Just
Totally tsundere.
He's got this. He's got like he
Complete
must
dad
be.
mode.
He must be.
is bad, yeah.
He really is.
Protect the bean.
So okay, so perception.
Arudim just, as they all go to sleep, he does that light Yagami look that I posted in chat.
Oh, in Discord chat, yeah.
Arudim is gonna stealthily go by each and every one of them and just give them a once-over of just looking at them. And Arudim is surprisingly a very curious creature by nature. When he was a young boy, he was always sneaking into places he wasn't supposed to. And naturally, these very unusual people are gaining his interest. He wants to know what makes them tick, and what kind of a person they really are. That's just him in thought, really. More in-character thought, nothing really malicious or benevolent.
Uh-huh.
He just gazes at them as they sleep.
One of those guys. I'm kidding.
Well,
They're
he
like
kind
that.
of wonders what it's actually like being asleep.
Just stasis. Have
He
you rolled your
phases
perception?
out of that train of thought, and he stands on the rock, and he looks at the hellscape before him, and he is going to try to perceive and make sure that nothing malicious comes towards his new friends of interest.
Okay, you've refocused. I was gonna have you roll perception with disadvantage because your mind is so foggy, but no, you've come to collect yourself. So yeah, go ahead. If that's you're watching from that spot. Nat
Let's
20.
fucking go! I
Okay.
rolled my dice, it hit my mouse, bounced off my keyboard, and just boom, 20.
Man, why does it always have to be the not very useful rolls?
Right? I mean, like, every time. It's oh boy, 31.
That's what I'm saying. Oh boy, 31 to know that. Oh,
Nothing is wrong.
There is a swarm of these creatures over here, but living, flying a good few hundred feet away from you, but they were not coming towards your direction. They were never really a threat to you, just something to have observed, and naturally you would have felt a very slight tremor in the ground akin to a troop movement, just like the one the previous night, but nothing that ever gets too close or too concerning. Right? You're just starting to get the feeling that these are the general vibes of this plane.
He's going to take out a very worn and very tattered journal, and he makes a very small note that Avernus is oddly interesting. It's like somebody built something with the instructions upside down, but it still somehow works.
Actually, it's funny enough, Arudim, you kind of like it. This feels very homey, almost. It has.
Not like he's
Since
not
you-
used to war zones.
Yes, exactly. But since you woke up yesterday, it's felt very homey.
He kind of smiles to himself a little bit, and he just thinks, how pathetic. A man unable to die, satisfied with being in hell.
It's good.
As his watch comes to an end, he is going to step over this rock, very carefully step here, and he is going to very gently go around Crantor with his obscene stealth checks. He's going to get really close to Crantor, like his face very much at like inches from Crantor's.
Give me your kiss.
He just looks at Crantor and kind of wants to analyze his face and the scar.
Ooh, so you could tell that this scar is You know what? Roll me a medicine check.
Medicine, eh? Okay. Medicine check. 15.
Nice. You can tell that this wound looks very similar to a burn, like the scar of a burn, but it's much more striking, almost akin to lightning.
Oh, that's badass as hell out of character.
You can tell this scar it's actually relatively new to his body, like within the last year or so, but it has definitely been there for some time. This isn't new. You know that he spent the last few months in Celestia, so at the very least he had the scar sometime before then.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
He takes his left hand and inch away. He's about to trace the scar. Then he stops. He slowly walks over here. He mounts this boulder, acting nonchalant as normal, and he is going to throw a small pebble right on Crantor's forehead.
Crantor, you feel the slight little tap, and you rise immediately as if you're being attacked.
Who was it?
Shh!
Where they at?
I don't know. Naleek almost wakes up, but he nuzzles back into the gravel.
Arudim walks up to Crantor. He looks at you up and down, and he says, like we agreed. He walks over here behind Crantor, takes one foot on the rock, and as he does, he ruffles Crantor's head, as he is now tall enough to because he's on the rock, and he jumps over here.
Crantor will give him a weird look, just like squinting at him, trying to figure him out. I'm just nod approvingly. And grunt.
Arudim is going to specifically go in between these rocks and play dead. You just hear like the Gmod sound effect. He just goes fucking ragdoll.
Alrighty, Crantor, so where do you take post?
He's probably going to want to... How tall is this rock right here?
That rock is
get on
about
top of it?
4 feet tall. Yeah. You can
Yeah,
jump
get on
over
top of
it
that.
easily if you wanted to.
He wants to get on top of it to see further. So he's going to get up here
Okay.
and be able to survey more.
Alright, you find it not as easy to balance on it as you'd like, but it's nothing proving too difficult. It's just that it's such a rounded and smooth stone as opposed to like more mountainous and natural rocks that you're used to traversing, climbing, and the like. Despite being
Well,
a
tell you
plain
what.
scale, you've been up the mountains.
From that rock, can I get onto the middle rock right here?
I will say that that's actually more rounded to a point. I was actually going to tell
Oh, then
Arudim
never-
that before yeah, because I was like, that would have been the best place to sleep. You'd either slide right off or you'd wake up with a really bad backache. I unfortunately put them rounded out specifically to be more comfortable to sleep against in this very rocky area.
Yeah, he just wants to have as much view as possible to see.
Then you know what you would probably be able to do is, this stone seems to have like a more flat surface that you can comfortably stand on. You wouldn't be able to really like move anywhere else on the stones, but you don't have any problem turning around and stuff like that. Whereas the
I
one
didn't
you're
see
on is a
where
little
you-
thin.
Dinged.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Okay,
Perfect.
that's weird. Now I just learned something new about Roll20. Good to know.
Yeah, he's going to stay on the one that he's on because that's closer to where everyone else is. Yeah, he'll stay where he's at.
Yeah,
honestly.
exactly. Be closer to comrades in case something goes wrong. I totally get that. That's
Exactly.
I figured that wasn't going to be right up your alley, because that literally puts you out of view of Cassius, and barely can see Naleek. He's also got this little dip on his crevice that he's kind of sleeping against as a pillow. It's about 2 feet of a dip, too, so
Yeah,
he's kind
we're
of
not
half
doing
tucked. So yeah, you're about an hour or so into your watch. Go ahead and make a perception to discern what you've been seeing for this last hour or so.
Sure thing. That's a 17.
Okay, yeah, with the 17, you too notice the same troop movement that Arudim was taking note of. It seems to be a little more stationed, however, so that likely implies that there's a battlefield not too far away from here. So it almost wants to kind of keep you on edge in case like some stray demons or devils come out this way. Demons being more likely one to go astray. But...
We'll keep an eye on it.
Okay. Cassius, does a 19 hit you?
What?
Does a 19 hit you?
If I am not conscious or have time to react, then yes.
Okay. Then, yeah. Crantor, you will hear the cutting of wind, and you'll turn over and see a slight little hole through the vague dust that kind of like smokes up the area, and a crossbow bolt sticking out of Cassius, as leading back with your eyes, you'll see this creature peeking out from behind the rock, pointing a brass crossbow.
Oh, because I can see and hear when I'm in my stasis, does that mean I'd be able to react fast enough to, like, actually be in the initiative?
Oh, the initiative is going to happen with you in it, but I'm afraid that I'll say you awaken, but you're still going to be prone at the start of the initiative. So everybody go ahead and
so that'll
roll
take
me
half my movement. Yeah,
Yes.
that's totally fair.
All right, so everyone go ahead and roll me initiative, including the ones who are asleep.
Okay, so really quick, I need to change a thing back real quick. I was changing my skill for my short rest because of my tokens of past lives, so let me put that back
The
on.
thing is, your rest has not changed. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
for sure.
it's not complete, so I'm changing it back to what it was.
Yes,
so
no one has completed a.
Yeah.
But you know what? That makes me happy because you guys were on this map long enough to start to think you weren't gonna have combat on it, or at least.
So here's my question.
Yes.
Because I was asleep for at least 4 hours, the entirety of Arudim's watch, do I still get the benefits of a short rest? Because yes, it matters.
I'm afraid not. It is not a completed
I don't
rest.
get the effect of a short rest.
Yeah, no, because you don't set it because you set out to have a long rest. The thing about both rests operate
That's
very
fair.
differently. Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
We did set out to have a long rest. That's fair.
I just wanted to be sure because I didn't want to, didn't want to go in thinking I had my action surge or my curse back.
I completely understand that. Yeah, and I totally get where you're coming from because it does fuck you. But yes, no spell slots, HP, none of that, because you guys never did take a short rest before. Wait,
No, we're fine.
at the end of I mean, nobody play me on this, but does anybody remember if at the end of the last session I stated you guys took a short rest before starting to travel?
I think you said
when you were in the
because of
anti-life
during
shell.
The anti-life shell, yeah, exactly.
Okay,
You said
so
that counts
yes,
as
you
short
guys
rest.
have gained the effects of a short rest. I never did let anybody roll any hit die out of that, but I believe you all said you didn't need to.
at the anti-life shell. So can I just do what I rolled while you were talking with Crantor? I used 2 of my hit die to get me back to max, but if not, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, no, that's fine because I remember I could have swore I said it during that time to do so if you wanted to, and nobody really felt the need to. But yeah,
Okay, so Tokens of Past Lives is with a long rest, so I can't change that. And Connect with Dead is also a long rest, so I think I'm still good. Cool.
All right, cool. Wait, when you finish a short rest, do you still have Infernal or not?
Since I technically didn't finish a short rest, well, I finished the short rest while we were in the bubble, and I did the Speak with Dead after we were outside of the bubble.
Oh yes, you're right. You're right.
So I would still have Infernal, so I can still
just wanted to make
Infernal.
sure.
Note to self: invest in ammunition.
I've got some if you need some, buddy.
But that
Granted,
can.
Granted, I do have Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast!
So
Let's not
I
forget
have
the
short
Warlock
range.
thing. But yes.
No,
God, I love Warlocks.
my final question is that Dual Wielder specifically states that I can draw or stow 2 one-handed weapons when I would normally be able to do 1. If I am out of combat or drawing my weapon for combat, could I draw my longsword and packed weapon at the same time?
Yes. I say so, absolutely.
Okay.
Because your packed weapon appears in your hand, there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to simultaneously be drawing your actual blade from your back. If I find a mechanic that says so otherwise, I'll look into it at least, but that sounds dumb to me. That sounds too dumb to me even for 5e mechanics, so yeah.
Well, I wanted to know your take, because at the end of the day, this is our game, and our rules kind of trump whatever we decide.
Yeah, exactly.
So, okay.
I've always been someone who leans as close to how it's done as possible. I guess if I had an actual alignment in real life, it would be lawful something. Probably lawful neutral. I'm that guy. But yeah, no, when it comes to the rules, yeah, exactly. We bend it to how it works best, and I think you should be able to draw both weapons just fine. It's no biggie.
Now, granted, last combat, I was already in combat with 1 weapon drawn, so no, I understand about that one.
Yeah, exactly.
He specifically went in with only 1 weapon.
Yeah, no, I say that this should count. It doesn't make. It's fine.
Okay. So, my initiative, by the way, is a 6 plus 3, so it's a 9.
Alrighty, okay.
I was asleep, by the way.
This is fair. And I believe Arudim is who I need. Your shoulder.
Yep, sorry.
My shoulder hurts.
What did you do? No!
Oh no, that's in character.
Yeah, he got
Yeah, I know.
shot.
He's like, I heard him. What happened? He just sounds like, what? What happened to your... Oh my god!
You are
15 for my initiative.
clean. Okay. Good job. Okay, so then we start off with, of all people, Naleek.
What?
Yeah.
Boy, you supposed to be sleeping.
He'll wake up. I knew you weren't gonna give me my what? Fuck. I knew you wouldn't give me my watch. Seriously. And he's gonna take half his movement, stand up, take his full action to bitch you out. No, not really. He's just,
I was about to say, do it, ho, you won't.
he takes it. Yeah, he's like, come on, man. I could have handled watch. You know what? Watch. And he's going to cast Fairy Fire. Wait, is that within? Oh, he's not within range, is he? I mean, he would. He has movement to do. Okay, so then, yeah, he would.
Okay, fairy fire, let's go.
Yeah, I'm personally being a dunce at the moment. It's like, okay, now how do I play her again?
Let's see if the big thing can move fast.
Oh damn! I think he would actually just be out of range. You know what? Fuck it, I'm just gonna say it. Yeah. Or let's make him roll. He's a fiend anyway. Let's see if it even works.
What?
Wait, what? Yeah.
Maleek's just that pissed that we were gonna let him sleep. He's just ass pulling an extra 5 feet because he's so pissed at us for letting him
It doesn't
sleep.
even work on him anyways. I figured as much.
Why does it not work on him?
He passes with a 22.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like, oh, he's just immune to spells, and we'd be like,
he's
oh,
resistant.
Wow!
Isn't that fun?
It's funny how few questions cost was asked.
Right, funny.
Yeah, so that will be Naleek's turn, as much of a blowhard as it is. Crantor, your turn as you're waking up and you're just... Well, no, you're not waking up. You're the one doing it on watch. You saw this happen right before your very eyes.
Literally on my watch. Okay. Alright.
This literally happened on your watch. Wow.
First off, I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on Cassius.
Oh, wow, immediately. Nice.
My hero.
Okay, so then I should tell you, you took 18 points of piercing damage.
God damn!
I should.
Die!
So go ahead and roll them Cure Wounds. I love that Naleek tried, like, stunting and just completely didn't work. He tried making blue start glowing around the creature. Creature flexed and it just stopped.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Huh?
You know what? Okay, so that would be a 14 he gets back.
Ooh, thank you.
Ooh, wow.
And then he's going to do the leap thing again, off the rock over Cassius. He's going to go, let's see here. Oh, that's Cassius, not me. Alright, he's going to go his full movements over here. Just charge right in.
He's moving in. He's not having this shit. Alrighty, good on you, mate.
And just going to do a bellowing roar.
Alright, you wanted it.
That's all I can really do.
Okie doke. Then that's going to bring us to Arudim. You're stuffed in the rocks as you're hearing shit go down in your stasis. You come back to life. Presumably sit up and see Crantor charging this unknown creature.
You know, I've heard it's rude to interrupt people while they're sleeping, and I personally don't care for people without manners. He takes off his right glove, and a glowing golden tattoo begins to radiate, and he is gonna blast a motherfucker. Guiding bolt.
Oh, haha, he did the thing Naleek was gonna do. Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
I shall make a ranged spell attack.
Everybody
Oh,
on
it's a
that
spell
magic's.
I can't not play a character with some magic. It hurts me if I don't.
So yeah, guiding bolt this motherfucker. Let's see what this attack roll has to be.
It's 18 to hit.
18 will just hit.
Woo! Okay, 46
This is range,
radiant
correct?
damage.
Yeah, you got him.
Oh,
Yeah, it's 120. I thought it was 60. Yeah, you're fine.
dude, I know guiding bolt.
All right, let's see it. 46.
13 points of radiant damage.
Oh yeah.
And the next attack on him now has advantage. He outstretches his hand, and it looks like a skeleton rises from the ground, coated in golden armor with like giant wings. It reaches forth and just slashes at him with radiant energy.
And so it comes flying over.
Yeah, literally. Literally. That's the whole point, yes.
Crantor, as you're charging, this flash of radiance comes flying by you in lightning speeds and crashes into this creature who is yet to actually lower his crossbow with how quickly you guys have all reacted to its presence. That's nice. But yeah, you blast him. Is there anything else you would like to do with your turn?
Oh, yes, I would. Dear God. All right, where do I want to move? I'm going to use my cunning action, because I used half of my movement to get up, because I was prone, so I've still got 15 feet. And then if I use my action to dash, I've got another...
You'll have a
so
full
I can make
30.
it 45.
Yeah.
I can make it 45. You know what? Yeah, I want to get up close and personal. I can get to this motherfucker.
Go for it. Oh my god.
He like stands on top of the rock, and kind of like the really creepy fast zombies, there's like a blur of like necrotic energy as he runs past him.
Yeah, he's just like, fucking steal my thunder, why don't you?
He just looks at him and he says, "It's rude to wake the dead."
In common?
And I am going to end my turn there.
You say that in common?
Actually, no, I say it in... Does he look giant? No, I say it in Infernal. Fuck this guy.
Yeah.
In Infernal, because I still have it. I say it in Infernal. It's rude to wake the dead.
He said, it's rude to disturb the Archduke.
I spit on the ground. Fuck you.
You heard that in your head, so only you heard it.
It's rude to insult the Archduke. As a free action, I yell back, "We got an Archduke!"
And so it's going to bring us around to Cassius. That's right, you all go before this fucker. He rolled a low ass.
Me and my shoulder hurts. Cassius is gonna jump up. No, he wasn't fully laying down. He was kind of leaned against this rock. I'm still assuming he's prone.
Yes.
Okay, so I get half my movement. So here's what he's gonna do. He's going to move here by jumping on the rock and then leaping off here. While he's in the air,
Do it, you fabulous bitch.
you will see him draw his longsword and pull out his packed weapon. While in the air, he's going to shout, "Get down!" And he's going to, what has become his trademark, dem sword lasers.
I imagine because
Remember, your attack has advantage due to the guiding bolt.
the first
Is
one
it
will.
just one beam? Yeah, okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, but regardless, I want to clarify. Well, I want to clarify because it's your character. But I imagine like you just jumped up and you just started doing a vertical spin, Levi style from Attack on Titan, just fired the 3 blasts.
Oh, yeah! My God, that's so cool. Do it.
Roll these.
Still here for this anime bullshit.
I love you.
Anime is real.
Crantor, you instinctively
Anime
duck.
on our side.
Crantor already
So-
has his shoulders down, like pumping like a fullback.
I almost
Just-
imagine you need like full horizontal to the ground. Like your
Basically, yeah.
your torso is parallel to the ground as you're charging. Almost like you're just gonna ram this motherfucker.
And right before it would hit Arudim, he just sidesteps like literally last second.
Almost
He just
being
ultra
covered.
instincts his way out of the way.
Yes.
Yeah, just like da, 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 da.
So, while Cassius is spinning, you'll see his brother's longsword come swinging around to the right. That is, what is my Eldritch Blast to hit? That is a 27.
Woo! Ooh, baby! Advantage, baby! It's so sick.
Be like,
I'm assuming that hits.
oh, let me just go check. Yes, I believe it hits.
Which does 12 damage.
12 damage. Oh.
Here.
What?
Oh, shoot.
Oh yeah, it's
Did not mean to do
force.
that. Well, that is 12 force damage.
Woo!
Beautiful.
As he is spinning, you see his packed weapon come spinning in the same direction. Backhanded slash.
Oh yeah.
That is a soft 20.
Fuck yeah. That one's gonna hit.
Oh, that's 14 damage.
Yeah, another 4. That one also slams into him. The first one breaks off and he kind of loses his stance, stepping back. The second one bludgeons him once more and he like flops onto his butt, but almost immediately springs up from his hands back onto his feet. Very nimble for its size and shape. But yes, that was 14, yeah.
And for his third one, you'll see Cassius twist. What started as a horizontal kind of does a twist into a vertical down slash with both weapons. And that is a 21 to hit.
Yes, and so the last one goes, goes flying and smacks him right into the face as he springs up onto his feet from the first 2 blasts.
That hits for 12
Another
more
12.
force damage. And as Cassius slowly stands back up, he's going to raise his packed weapon, point it right at this thing. And he's speaking in Infernal. I was taking a fucking nap, mate. You're going to die. And he's going to curse him.
Oh, with your Hexblade? Yeah. Get that back on a short rest? Yeah. All right. So bonus action curse. 30. Oh, within 30. You can see within 30 feet of you.
Oh, is it within 30 feet?
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. So never mind.
No worries. That would have been sick too.
Wait, hang on. Oh, no, Cassius does do something.
What?
I am going to use a level 5 spell slot, and I'm going to cast Hex. I place a curse on a creature that I can see within range. Until the spell ends, I do an extra 1d6 necrotic damage to the target whenever I hit with an attack. Also, I choose one ability when I cast the spell. The target has disadvantage on ability checks made with the chosen ability. If the target drops to 0 hit points before this spell ends, I can use a bonus action on my subsequent turns to curse a new creature. A remove curse cast on the target will end it early, and when I cast it using a 5th slot or higher, I can maintain my concentration for up to a full 24 hours.
Oh my god.
But it has to pass a DC of 17. Or does it?
Okay, so you said 17. What's the save?
Well, it says spell save DC, but it doesn't say in the spell card if they have to make a spell save or not.
Then that's just a new feature. It puts that on all spells. That's right. Okay.
Oh, well, never mind then. I'm not used to that. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm not either. I've seen it and I know what it is, but it hasn't resonated to where I know what it is instinctively. So you just said, I'm like, okay, cool. Let me just grab dice. What's going on? And I'm like, oh wait, that's right. We good. Okay, so yeah, you have cursed this creature. It just fucking shot you with one of them crossbolts. It's a brass crossbolt sticking out of your arm.
Crantor's heal, cure wounds kind of pushed it out. It's still kind of hanging in there limply. And I'm going to curse his wisdom. Or no, it's only ability checks, not saving throws. Let's make it his dexterity.
Alrighty. As you saw him just be that nimble motherfucker. Okay, look at you. Alrighty. You have hexed this creature as a glyph of a strange infernal eye. Kind of spirals and seals momentarily on his forehead before kind of just disappearing. But yes, you have now hexed. If that is the end of your turn, it finally comes around to this creature. Yeah.
He is being oddly quiet for this. This is kind of scary.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
This creature is going to take a single step back, Arudim. He can tell you're going to be able to do it, but you can take an opportunity attack on this creature if you would like.
What does he look like he's doing? He's just stepping back?
He has not put up a guard while stepping back. Essentially, he's not taking the disengage action while he's stepping back. He's not put up his guard. He's stepping back, expecting you to attack him, and you can see it on his face.
I'm not going to.
All right, and so he steps back and literally stops 2 steps, looking at you, smiles, and then lifts his crossbow right back up in front of you, and then fires, and it goes flying past you. It'd be a Crantor. Does a 17 hit you?
It does not.
It does not? All right. It
No.
just flings right off of you. And
Arudim smiles, knowing exactly what happened. Just hearing the tink behind him, he just smiles.
the creature smiles and nods and disappears. And we're going to
I
come
wanted
back.
to save that uncanny dodge just in case.
All right, and so we come back up to Naleek's turn. Watching this whole thing go down. Let's see what he's got going. He's going to do the cleric, cast Beacon of Hope.
Oh.
Well, he'll choose any number of creatures within range, all of you. And for each duration, you guys have advantage on wisdom saving throws and death saving throws, and you regain the maximum number of hit points possible from any healing.
Nice.
Nice!
Yeah, he says, all right, this thing is designed to be an assassin. Be on your guards.
So was I.
And-
He just says smiling.
And with that, you see Naleek draw his wooden claymore.
Ooh, here we go, boys.
Which, for those who may not know, I feel like you probably all know, but a claymore is essentially a great sword, like a Scottish great sword. But this is carved
claymores are fun.
But this is carved from heavenly wood, immune to fire.
The great Deku Tree smiles.
That'll be Naleek's turn. Crantor, it is now yours.
Crantor has just been roaring the entire time, by the way.
Oh yeah, that's right. You've been running. Yeah, that's correct. Get back into the suspension. It's like you've been running, and everyone pretty much charged right after you.
Right. Taking my thunder.
As you're running.
Alright, so you said this thing disappeared?
Yes.
Hang on 1 second. Wasn't expecting it to disappear.
Yeah.
Crantor is going to cast Shield of Faith on himself.
Look at you. Okay, doke. Okay. Oh, that's right. Both of these are concentrations. Okay, so I need to lock these. Okay.
He's going to hold his action, I guess. Middle of charging. Just if this Archduke or whatever comes near him, he's just going to attack it, I guess. Since he has no way of finding this thing.
Alrighty. Okay, so you're holding your action to attack it if it's within range? Melee attack?
Yes, correct.
Or you just want to attack it as soon as you see it?
Oh, no. If it's in range, he'll attack it, yes.
Yeah, no, essentially I'm implying, will you throw a javelin if it's in range?
Oh, javelin, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I will.
Okay, I just want to,
If
I want to give you
close enough
that.
to my axe.
Alrighty, so if that's your turn, then we're going to come back around to Arudim. It was right in front of you. It just stepped away from you. It was going to let you attack it because it needed to do things. And you didn't. Now it's gone. I blasted past you and didn't hit who it was going for. He should have just went for you.
He really should have.
Which wants to fuck with Crantor?
I cast Locate Object.
Describe or name an object that is familiar to you.
The crossbow in that dude's hand.
You are familiar with an infernal brass crossbow? Because it is a specific... It's a magical item.
Up close and personal.
Did you?
It says as long as you have seen it up close once. Seen it up close, anyway.
Okay, so then...
Locate Object is so good.
I must check something. So, you sense it over here.
On the meteor.
Yeah, you sense it in that direction.
Cool, I'm gonna use my bonus action, hide behind this rock.
Oh, okay. Stealth
and
check.
11 plus stealth, that's 24.
Okay. You got an 11.
And as I crouch down and kind of kick up some more of the dirt to obscure me, I kind of hand gesture to Crantor and the others that he's on the meteorite. I just point over towards the meteorite.
Yeah, I did kind of get a spoiler. It says you sense the direction of the object. I shouldn't have told you exactly where, but this time we're going with it because it is when the spell pinged.
I mean, that's a pretty good place to
hide. Yeah.
Divination, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, divination is busted.
He gestures to the others on the rock. And since I hid, that is going to be my turn, because I used my action to cast the spell.
Alrighty. And so we're going to go up to, down to Cassius.
I'm just doing a quick measurement here. Okay. Arudim, when you motion on the rock, you see Cassius immediately just bolt off in this direction.
Uh-oh.
He is going to take the dash action. You see him drop both of his swords to his side, and he is just sprinting full bore at this thing. Trying to figure out whether it would be metagaming to have him ping where he was pointing.
He just
I
pointed.
missed your initial ping.
I did point in the general direction. I basically mouthed to him on the rock.
Yeah.
And I
Okay.
gestured towards the rock.
So
you can assume dead center on top of the rock.
okay, that's because I missed the initial
That's
ping.
about where I pointed, yeah.
Yeah. I will stay still because of...
In the general vicinity.
Yeah.
We have no idea if he's actually, really, really, within that reach of yours.
So Cassius will take the dash action, and he's going to run full bore at this thing.
Did you jump onto the rock?
I've got 60 feet of movement with the dash action from back where I was right
Yeah.
here. So I've still got another 15 on top of this.
Yeah, and we'll say you use that to climb. I count climbing as difficult terrain if it's not like hard shit that would require a check, but just standard climbing, it would just be half movement for anybody who doesn't have a climbing speed. It's just difficult terrain kind of thing. So yeah, not to say you don't climb up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is where you stop, kind of on the side of it.
Cassius, he is mad. He does not like being woken up with a crossbow bolt in the damn shoulder. He is going to swing in that direction.
Alrighty.
With the packed weapon.
Alrighty, go ahead and make an attack roll with disadvantage.
With disadvantage, okay. Dice be true to me. Well, it didn't matter if I had disadvantage or not, as they both came out as a 3 on the die. But that is packed weapon, so that is a 13 to hit.
Your sword whiffs through the air. You hear the wind and the dust be sliced clean by your sword, but no flesh of any sort. No armor of any kind.
That thirsting blade is going to take effect. I'm swinging again.
Swing it again, yeah.
Give me something good. Well, shit. It was better. Not by much.
Oh, no.
Instead of a 13, it was a 14.
Yay! Once again, whiff through the air. It's like, oh, it must be here then. And then you're like, is this thing on this fucking rock or not?
And can I do anything specifically with Hex? Like,
you can move it to another
while
target.
it's hexed, only when it dies. Well, Cassius is just going to say, well, you wanted me, come and get me.
You hear a chuckle in your general vicinity. I say your general vicinity because it's in your head. That's gotta really fuck with you because you don't get a sense of direction when that happens. And so, it's now this creature's turn. So yes, there's you're going to feel movement in the air right in front of you, Cassius. Just gonna kind of fuck with you. And then, out of the invisibility, a brass crossbow comes flying straight. There it is. Does a 21 hit. As
Normally.
this creature turns.
Oh,
He's
there
actually
he is.
mid-air as he becomes invisible. Yeah, a 21 hit. Okay, so then a 21...
Well,
Oh, this fucker can fly! What a fucking cheat!
No, he's jumping back. He's in mid-air as he comes visible and then lands on the ground.
This bitch!
You get... Okay, so then you get hit with this crossbow, alright? And you feel the stinging of acid as it seeps down you. I need you to roll me a Constitution saving throw.
hey, I'm good at those. That is a 19, baby.
19. All right, you pass, so you'll be taking half as much. Nice. All right, so first things first, you're going to take 13 piercing damage, which isn't a part of the save, so that's full. However, the acid damage, so that'll be 13 acid damage halved to 6. So you'll take 15 piercing damage and 6 acid damage.
Okay, Cassius is looking a bit roughed up.
Yeah, that was right in your stomach below your chest. Like almost the center of your abdomen, I should say. And then you're going to see it start to lean in this direction and then turn invisible.
Wait, it has 2 actions?
No.
It can probably just turn invisible at will.
What a cheaty fucker.
You cheeky dick waffle.
And it's now comes back around to Naleek. He's like, I told you, that thing's probably designed to kill. He's stepping out. Let's take another look at his spells list.
Excuse me.
He's gonna step back out this way once more. And he's going to hold his hand out, holding his action to cast a spell when he sees this creature, if it's within the range of the spell he intends to cast. And that's going to be his turn as we come to Crantor. You see Naleek just step out right in front of you as you've kind of stopped your sprint momentarily. You saw it bloop into existence to shoot Cassius again, and then bloop right out.
Crantor's gonna roar, "Come out and face us!"
Oh man, I imagine like deep bellowing roars. Like,
Oh, absolutely. I'm not doing it because of apartment building, but
yeah.
he's still kind of stuck.
Kind of
He
miffed.
can't see it. So he's gonna keep holding his action.
I mean, I feel you. And this has got to be frustrating. It's the second time Crantor is kind of like not being the dominating force on the battlefield. Like, yeah, you had a presence on the infernal battlefield, but it wasn't exactly you running roughshod like you intended. So it's,
Right?
So it's kind of got to be getting into the head.
He's frustrated, he won't lie.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, hold him a
Not
turn.
gonna lie.
All right, Arudim.
So where is this fucker's general direction?
You saw
Which way
him
was he
land
headed?
there last, and then started leaning a little bit towards you, and then disappeared.
So around here, he's going that direction.
This was the last time you saw him. It looked like he was leaning this direction. Yeah.
I'm still concentrating on locate object.
That's right. I completely forgot that. Okay, so yeah, despite that, the general direction you sense is this. Well, you know what? Let me give you an arrow. It'll be better. Let me point. Yes, this general direction.
So he's somewhere in that line, is what I'm assuming.
Yes,
then.
you can follow that line, and he's anywhere. Yeah, he's anywhere within 1,000 feet of you. That obviously couldn't be that far though.
And I saw him jump down though.
Yes, you saw him jump down, and you saw him lean in your direction. So you can tell he essentially turned invisible mid-juke as a way of trying to throw off your guys' sense of direction, not knowing you have the spell cast on him.
Right. All right. Interesting. Did I notice if he was wearing protective armor on his feet?
On his feet. I'll say you probably wouldn't have noticed, but actually, super zoom in on his token because I don't have his regular art right now. Yes, he's wearing some sort of footwear.
Okay.
I'll say you wouldn't have discerned because, midst of combat.
Did the caltrops I took earlier, did they seem infernal or just regular?
They're just regular.
Okay.
Like, you can tell they're actually, like, they're infernal made, but you can tell they're made to, like, catch mortals. Like, they're made to be used the other way around, essentially.
Bitch. Got it. Alright, I'm gonna use my movement, I guess. And you said, like, kind of like this?
Yeah. That general direction.
Basically, that's the line I'm getting.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a shot in the dark. I'm gonna use my bonus action to dash up here. And I'm going to aim directly at this spot right here and use bolts from the grave.
Which spot again?
This one right here.
Gotcha. You shoot it, and you see it blast right off of the stone right here. Nothing in its line is hit.
Okay.
I wasn't gonna make you
I can't
roll
really
and
do
stuff.
anything else.
Yeah, no, I completely understand where you're coming from. It's
None of us are really casters.
yeah, it's where it's like, well, yeah, that's where Naleek trying to come in. We're gonna come over to. I'm sorry, is that the end of your turn?
I don't think I can really do anything else. So, yeah, that's the end.
Okay, yeah, I don't mean to like throw it in anybody's face. I just never want to move on from someone's turn prematurely.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, so coming to you, Castor. Coming to Castor, Cassius. Yeah. So yeah, that's what's got going on.
So,
You just
Cassius wasn't too... No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say that you saw Arudim. He was looking in this general direction, like right around here, and he shot his necrotic bolt there, but nothing came of it. Not sure if
Alright.
that. Yeah, I just wanted to give that to your perspective in case it makes a difference.
All right. Cassius, he is not happy after being woken up. He is not happy that he just took a crossbow bolt to the stomach. But the last time he didn't listen to Naleek, somebody died. So he is going to do the rational thing, and he's going to step back.
Oh, interesting.
I'm going to use... He's going to slowly walk back, keeping both of his swords at his side. As he gets shoulder to shoulder with Naleek, he takes a deep breath, lets it out. And he is going to... Where there? Wow, it's pretty far down. I didn't expect it to be there.
I know that vibe.
He is going to use Second Wind.
Nice.
Hey, that healed for Max.
Oh yeah, of course it heals for max. Yeah, that's right, because it's Beacon of Hope.
Oh, well, I rolled a 10 on the die, so...
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, regardless.
My die just wanted to remind me that Beacon of Hope was a thing.
Yeah, so plus 12, nice.
I'm glad that it specifies any healing and not just magical healing.
Right? It's such a good spell for a... It's literally like... That is the cleric spell to have.
It's the go fuck yourself, evil people.
Yeah.
They aren't dying today.
As soon as I saw it, I'm like, oh, Naleek would so have this. He would 100% have this. I would be stupid if I didn't give the cleric this spell.
Right.
You never want to make a DM PC too powerful, but I mean, like, come on. Clerics do cleric things.
That they
Clerics
do.
do cleric things.
It is known.
It is very well known. In fact, you've caught your breath, you have calmed down, you're trying to regather your focus.
And Naleek will see him kind of close his eyes, tilt his head back, take a deep breath, and his swords begin to crackle with that same sword laser energy. He is going to hold his action. The moment that thing enters his line of sight, he is taking blasts to the face.
Ooh, You readying your action with Eldritch Blast?
I am readying an Eldritch Blast. If he is within range, he is taking it to the face.
It's still going to be 3 blasts because it's 1 action. That's the cool thing. Eldritch Blast kind of beats that whole extra attack getting fucked by reaction things.
Yep.
We'll come right on to motherfucker's turn. You guys once again see a crossbow bolt enter existence from this point, firing directly at Cassius. And let's see, does a 17 hit you?
Can I flavor this one, please?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
The moment he appears and pulls the trigger, anime speed scene. Cassius's eyes open and he just swings his packed weapon to the right, firing a blast. It goes right through the crossbow bolt. A 17 will not hit me.
Fuck yeah, with that dual wielding AC. Just
It wouldn't have hit me even if I wasn't. So, rolling to hit.
It's going, let's see, yeah, I'm going to check its range. Yeah, all 3 of you would have hit. I see. Divination magic. Cowardly mortals. And you're going to see him go invisible.
Says the bitch turning invisible.
Hang on. Don't forget my held action.
Both yours and Naleek's, yes. As he's saying that, Naleek's like, neat. And he starts breathing in necrotic energy as you start firing your bolts. And this necrotic energy completely engulfs this, like, almost as like a necrotic cocoon as Naleek casts Blight with his final 4th level spell slot. For 41 necrotic damage.
Damn.
Oh my god, it's got a nat 20 on its save, but still. Fucking, oh my god.
Oh my god! Oh god, it's my witness!
He's rotten in half.
Rotten in half!
Okay, let me see how that spell reads. I need to pop it in chat regular. That was his druid spell too. Yes. Voice just draining the moisture and vitality from this creature. Oh, half as much on a success one. Okay. Well, because of its advantage, it got nat 20, so that still sucks. But it's still 20 necrotic damage to this thing as you see the life suction from it. And it drops down to 1 knee. And then the blasts. Roll me those 3 blasts that are about to thwap him in the face. Come on.
So that crossbow bolt is
Anime
just
sword
spinning
fighters.
as this crackling sword beam just coalesces into a single stream of energy. Soft 20.
Soft. Oh, yep. That one hits.
Now, one interesting facet about the Hex spell. It adds a 1d6. Is it 1d? Hang on, I need to double check something real quick. Yep, an extra 1d6 necrotic damage. As the blast nears it, it turns to a sickening, putrid green color. And that'll do a 11 force with an additional 4 necrotic for the first one.
Yeah.
You running around fighting invisible. So Cassius has one sentence. He's kind of muttering it between blasts. The first part, you running around invisible. Second blast coming from his steel longsword. That's not as good. That is a 12.
Okay, that is going to miss. The second 1d.
Dare call.
Go ahead.
His little, you dare to call us cowards. God damn it. This die is not rolling good for me tonight. I'm going to assume that if a 12 doesn't hit, then an 11 will not hit.
I'm afraid no.
Figured that would be a safe bet. The beams just kind of skate by on either side of him. And Cassius just sits there. You dare to call us cowards, and yet you fail to meet even a low tiefling on the field of combat.
You fail to even live up to your bloodline. And turns invisible.
Oh, he just insulted Grandma. That's not gonna do.
Oh no, he's gonna die.
The grandma button shouldn't have did that.
Thank you!
And
Now that was his so does the held action consume your reaction?
it does. I don't
Okay.
think it should, but it does, and understandably so. When I looked into it, I
Held
almost
action
took that
not
rule
only
away.
consumes your action, it also consumes your reaction.
Yeah.
No, that's fair.
Yeah, no, and it makes sense because you're preparing. If you think about it from the perspective in comedy, you would be preparing to, attack this person with this sword, So if another opportunity arose, you wouldn't be able to react in time for it without, the time of another round passing. Or so that's the perspective I try putting myself in. Anybody who wants to dispute that, feel free to dispute that in the comments on YouTube. Feel free.
Don't invite the trolls in, Advy. What are you doing?
I want to wreck them.
All right.
All right. Fair enough.
I get that.
We come back around to Naleek the boy. Let's see here. He's doesn't have many spell slots left. He's going to hold his action to cast another spell if he pops up within range. Naleek actually is going to stand right out there. He walks out and, like his pose in his picture, plants his claymore down in the ground, puts both palms over the tip of the hilt, and is just waiting for something to happen. And that's going to be his turn. Crantor, you're up.
Crantor will move right here, and he's gonna pop there it is, a Silver Tide.
Oh! Centered in your spot?
Correct.
All right. There we go.
And he'll flavor it he'll plant the base of his axe just in the ground as well, and he'll still be holding on to it. And just roll. If you have any honor, come out and face us. And he'll hold his action. If he gets in line of sight, he's gonna blast him with a spell.
Nice. What is this spell you would like?
He'll be told dead.
This creature is playing these games. You're fighting intelligent creatures, and if you think about it, if you were one creature against 4 people, how would you play if you could turn invisible with a bonus action?
Don't tell the rogue that.
I feel it's obvious by now, but you're right. I should withhold info like that.
Don't tell the rogue what could be.
It's called a Ring of Invisibility, and it is legendary. Good luck. This radiance shimmers out, and Crantor, you're going to hold an action to cast a spell?
Holding the action, yep.
Alrighty, and so we come up to Arudim's turn. You're the only one outside of this wave of shimmering, silvery glitter that almost resembles radiance in and of itself. But it's like a small pool of stars. They look like they're orbiting Crantor, who glows like a sun with his golden armor. Outfit him.
I'm right.
So are we just going to admit that the world revolves around you now, Crantor? And he smiles as he jumps inside.
Crantor wink. Braggadociously.
Was that meta?
Arudim winks back with finger guns as he smiles and twirls a knife. So, since he's invisible and I still am focusing on my locate object, which direction am I sensing him?
Let's get out my pointing stick.
Let's get out the pointing stick, Captain!
Yeah, the thing long.
I see.
Yes.
Bitch. I am going to aim... For funsies, I'll aim right here, because I don't know where he is. I'm just going to have some fun. I bonus action dashed to move over here, and I'm going to shoot another bolts from the beyond. Just...
Did you use your full movement in that dash?
No.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, so you can get closer and still use your action.
He ran around the rock a couple times. He has to show off.
No, I feel
He
you.
does have to do that. It is in his contract.
Gotta pick up speed.
It really is. I don't just get paid to do my job. I also get paid to look cool and pretty.
Let's do it with a flare.
I'm going to flavor this to be cool, even if it does miss. Like, as he's going across the rock, it's like he vanishes and reappears like fucking Naruto. And every time he reappears and disappears, there's like a necrotic duplicate in his place. And as he lands right where he is now, just all the rest of them fucking run towards that place and fucking they all grab each other into like a big kamikaze pile and just explode into a pillar of necrotic energy.
Hell yeah. Oh, fuck, dude. Oh, man. Okay, so you're going to go ahead and make this attack roll with disadvantage, of course. You cannot see your target.
Okay, with disadvantage.
What is the range?
Shit. That's a 15 and an 18.
Yo, okay,
Yes!
so 50.
That's a 24 to hit, baby!
So you're just shooting bolts. Yes, bolts beyond the grave. And so that's... what's the range
It's
of
a
that?
ranged attack.
What's the range?
The range is 30 feet.
And shoots out and dissipates in that area, having not struck anything. I honestly thought the range was farther. Otherwise, I would have just made it hit.
I mean, I didn't know where he was. So I
Yeah,
aimed for
you just
the
knew that.
general
Yeah, you just
area.
knew that direction. You shot as far as it goes. That's what I'm saying. Like, because I assumed it was 60 feet instead of 30 feet. Then it would have just been a hit. My bad.
No, I wish it was more.
I wouldn't
Actually,
have
I'm
made you
pretty sure
roll.
it's-
My bad. That's on me.
Yeah, 30 feet.
Okay, fuck. All right.
I wish it were longer, but
I think there's something we
kind
could-
of break
wait.
sneak attack a little bit more than this
It's a ranged
subclass
spell-
already does.
It's a ranged spell attack. I'm sure there's a feat that increases the distance of ranged spell attacks. We should look into
Right,
that for
but
Arudim's
for this-
sake. Then we're going. So is that Arudim's turn? Already.
Actually, no. I'm gonna move over. I'm gonna move next to Naleek, and I'm gonna say, "Hey, cool stuff you did back there."
Hey, thanks. Pretty cool yourself. He's kind of like looking back and forth, like, am I doing the social thing right?
You just hear from behind Crantor, yes, Naleek, you're doing it right.
Naleek's
And, I'm
expression
gonna-
doesn't change at all, but you see his mouth just barely move as he goes, yeah.
Yeah. Crantor just shrugs at the whole, am I doing the socialization thing right? Like, I have no idea.
Like, okay.
Crantor grunts.
Like, I've lived the
Yes.
isolation.
Grunts confusedly.
Yes, grunts in confusion.
Grunts skeptically. Skeptically. Let's do that.
Ah, even better.
Alrighty, so if that is Arudim's turn, then we are going to move to Cassius.
He is still tired. He's got a wound in the stomach. He's toughing it the best he can. Deep breath. And he slowly walks up by Crantor.
The cool.
Leans his head back again and just sits there listening. He's going to hold his action, waiting for this thing to appear, and then it's Eldritch Blast time.
Oh my goodness. Okie doke. And so, alright, so if that's your turn, then now it is its. Come back up to Naleek's turn. Naleek's sitting there, like, alright, this silence is a little longer than I would have liked. Naleek's kind of slowly rotating his perspective around the battlefield. He's not entirely certain if the creature is even still near. And he says so, I should clarify. I'm wondering if it attempted to flee.
And he calls us the coward.
So he's going to... Yeah, Naleek's going to continue to hold his action. Crantor?
Yes, Crantor will also continue to hold his action until, with the same modifier, until he sees the guy, and end his turn.
Okie doke. And we come to Arudim. I got you on pointing.
Alright.
It's now in that direction.
That away.
Yeah, like that. Wait.
Bonus action. Dasharoo. I'm gonna aim in a general line in this area. I'm just gonna.
Do you remember
gonna
that these
aim, like-
boulders... Okay. I will say you're sensing it through the boulders. I'll be kind about that. You're sensing it this close, you're sensing it through the boulders.
I'm gonna aim straight through the boulders then with the blast.
Does it phase through solid objects?
I wish it did. It's just a bolt of necrotic
Oh.
energy.
Okay, then.
It's okay. So since I know how big it is, I'm gonna aim in a place where I think it could hide in here, within this line.
That's honestly confusing because you know you were tucked into these rocks snugly. Well, snugly, if that's not a word. But yes, you were very snug in these rocks. This boulder was very smooth and rounded on top, but it's about 15 feet high. This one about 7 feet high, also rounded but a little more flat.
So I sense he's definitely not on top of them, though?
Oh yes, no, through. You know that he's on the other side of these rocks in some capacity.
Oh, okay.
How far,
So
you have no
since
idea.
I was here. I moved 15 feet. I can move another 15 from here. So how much of this is difficult terrain for me?
This would be what
If I were to move onto the rocks.
you're fine up until that point, your regular 30 feet, but this boulder,
Like this.
this boulder, this one, and this one all count as difficult terrain.
Okay, so it's half movement. So then I could go to here,
Yes.
and then I could fire in this direction, because I sense him around here,
Yes.
supposedly. Okay, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to move here, and same thing happens. He just kind of but instead of necrotic duplicates of himself, it's just like little bits of like glowing orbs. And he just kind of gestures and snaps in this direction over here. I'm gonna aim just right in front of me. Fuck it. And he's gonna send all of them careening down like small necrotic explosive meteors.
Alrighty.
Oh, man, it's even got a cool name and everything.
You know what? I'm gonna give it a cool anime name. Give me a second. I'm gonna disadvantage, I assume, because I still can't see.
Yes.
Cool. Oh, okay. I can work with an 8. I can work with that. Fuck. 18?
Alright. 18 is going... Wow, a disadvantage?
Yeah, that's a disadvantage.
You see your necrosis start to wreathe around a silhouette of a creature as he becomes visible right there. Breathing in your necrotic.
Got him, bitch!
Roll that damage.
Oh, hell yeah. I've been waiting to roll these d6s all night, baby. Let's see, I get my 6d6. 28 points of necrotic damage as the star-like necrotic beads fire down on him like a rain of energy. And he's going to, when he snapped his fingers, he's going to, I'm gonna call it Black Star Storm.
Black Star Storm.
Cassius has stars in his eyes.
Oh my god, that's so gold. Yes, the Black Star Storm rains down on this creature as he becomes visible, being pelted with each little peck, seeping life out the other side of him as it essentially flies through him. He falls to the ground, starting to fade, and in your heads, in all of your heads actually, because you're still within range, you're going to hear, goes, Archduke Zariel, gods as she pleased, and fades into nothingness. As you've killed it, combat is now over.
Did I hear what he said?
Yes,
Or am I
everyone
too
heard
far
that
away?
in their head, in Infernal. So you're left with that, as you've killed this fiendish assassin.
Got him! He takes a knee for a second. Okay, can we please calm our tits for a few minutes?
I just want to go to sleep.
Then by all means, go to sleep. You did fantastic work again.
Thanks. And just kind of slaps up against the rock, slides down. We can talk about it in the morning. No, he's like,
Come on, Crantor.
Crantor will volunteer to finish his watch.
Yes, and you'll do so without a hit.
Fair
For brevity's
enough.
sake, we'll say the rest of the watch goes about as normal as an Avernian watch can go. And,
Few fireballs.
Oh,
some
God,
demons.
bugs!
It's fine.
and alright, and waking up, I need Cassius to roll me a wisdom saving throw, and Crantor to roll me a wisdom saving throw with advantage. Astro?
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
A wisdom saving throw. It is a 16.
16. Alright. Okay, you as you wake up, dust yourselves off and get ready. And that's where we'll end the session. So you're ready to head to the Styx, which, Crantor, you get the feeling is not too far off. The part in which you'll cross it.
Not even gonna tell me if I pass or not.
Right?
Man.
Or what it's for.
Yeah.
This is because of the dice thing, isn't it? Mhm.
No, not at all.
No, trust me, it's not.
Take his word for it, guys.
Crantor will lead the way then, because he knows where he's going and where it is roughly. Crossing.
As you guys enter day 3 of your time on Avernus and soar off into the horizon towards the Styx River where only more of hell can be found. That's where we end the session tonight. I hope you guys had fun with this one. It was definitely a different type of combat, especially with it being an isolated target that was cowardly and tactical.
And yet straight called us cowards.
Yeah,
Right?
and you got mad, didn't you?
are cowardice mortals. Bitch, you're invisible.
You guys are so lucky you killed it. It was going to make a break for it, and the first arrow that it shot was on Cassius, and it was to be able to track Cassius for 24 hours.
Ooh.
Well then.
I mean, it's not like Zariel doesn't have direct contact with me at all times anyway.
You'd be surprised. If she had direct contact with you, why would she have to be lending you magic? Why wouldn't she have talked to you already?
Ooh.
I'm assuming she's able to basically know where her, for lack of a better word, progeny is at all times.
You assume so much.
Well, Cassius does not know his lineage all that well.
Bang.
He is assuming. After the combat, we finish our rest. Do we get the benefits of a short rest, long rest, or nothing?
You guys get the benefits of a long rest, but I would like to remind you that in Rieba campaigns in general, the replenishing of hit points operates like a short rest, where you roll hit die to regain your HP. You have a maximum. At the end of your long rest, you regain half of your hit die. So you regain 6 hit die to your hit die pool, assuming
cool.
you've
Okay,
used that many. So that should max you back out.
Yet.
Okay.
I haven't used any yet, but if I use them, does that then replenish them after, or is it?
It replenishes half of your hit die's worth of your hit die after the long rest. So you can spend up to half of your things for a long rest basically for free.
Yes, for example, Arudim used 2 earlier in the day with the short rest during the anti-life shell, so he has 9 out of 11. Waking up on this rest, he regains 6 hit die. Obviously, he only needs the 2, but now that he's regained it, he will roll hit die to replenish for the long rest. You see what I'm saying?
So, last question is, do we add our con mod?
Yes, you do.
Yes,
each
you do.
Individual die roll. Yes, you do.
Yes, and we will do that off screen because you guys are all now level 12.
Okay.
Yes.
Yo,
Well, damn.
y'all have no idea how hyped I am for this.
So the Fire Emblem Full Houses, that's really a fucking thing.
Everywhere
And
you
that's
look, everywhere is so hot.
There's a Marth. Sword to hold on to.
The gravel rage is insane. Temper me to this Marth.
All right, and so we have killed both this campaign and Full House's theme song in one fell swoop. I think we're calling it a night, guys. So thank y'all for stopping by live, and thank y'all for checking out the edit.
To carry me home.
And have a good one, y'all. Peace out.
Awesome.
Bye-bye!